Hi, Vieira with the Stock Market Live.tv. Well, today I'm pleased to bring you two further case studies in the markets, unique worldwide. The case with Twitter, since I have been discussing how to invest in these American companies since IPO, downgrading Twitter to strong sell $73, all the way down to $15 on a long-term basis. And I wrote myself an article and a video, investment lesson, recorded live on the blog of the company, available on the web, saying that at $15 you had to start covering short positions long term. I upgraded Twitter to strong buy at $14.65, sharing a livestock chart with investors worldwide. Okay, so I'm going to show you where you find this information. Meanwhile, Twitter, it is trading at new highs in 2016. We are very pleased with these results. You in particular, Twitter $23.36. But also, as of today, we have plenty of case studies, and every single day we announce new case studies. Wells Fargo, you also have an article on the service Live Market Premium discussing this company, precisely during the time that the famous investor and hero of many, Warren Buffett, he has been silent about Wells Fargo. And as you are aware of, Warren Buffett is one of the major investors in Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo, we downgraded to strong sell, betting that Wells Fargo was going down. And today you have Wells Fargo trading at a 2.5 years low, where I announced it here, all these investment firms, they continued investing in fraud. Case by case, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, RBC Capital, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and today, as I addressed it in the past, today you have it on the news. But as I address every single time, the value is to address these cases at the right time, the timing, and not then when things are public, okay? So I'm going to show you here on the website where you have access to some of this information. Don't forget that today you have the example, one more American hedge fund closing or shutting down after 28 years in the business. This is happening every single week there. It does not constitute a surprise. The same way goes Bill Ackman and many others, since they don't have any track record whatsoever. Here you have what I consider, according to the policy, my own and the rules of the company, a scam, downgrading Twitter ahead of the best rally of the past years, all right? So you have here on this American scam website, thestreet.com, bear in mind that this site, you should not ever refer to it or visit the website. It is full of advertisement and scams. Twitter stock sliding, RBC Capital downgrades. This was posted to their website on September 23. Well, today, and this, bear in mind that after hours, on this same day, Twitter traded to $18.11 with our strong buy rating in place, okay? So I've been very clear, explicit with regards to how to invest in Twitter. For investors and subscribers of the company, you have a special article written in advance of all these moves, the bull market in Twitter ahead of a potential buyout, with the title very explicit, bear market is over, buy 10 million shares, cover your shorts ASAP. Or in other words, as soon as possible. And in other words, if you log in and if you read the article, this article refers entirely and only to Twitter, all right? When you have access to this beautiful stock chart, precisely a live stock chart worth millions of dollars, where I call it the top in Twitter since IPO, and then the crash all the way down to $14.65, and this live stock chart, it was recorded live at that price, $15, okay? With a strong buy rating, a long position in Twitter, as you can see here on the top, okay? So very simple, the investment process in Twitter. You only had to follow the guidance, and also the guidance not only with regards to covering short positions, buying the stock, following our stock ratings real time, always, based on facts, not others that they are upgrading ahead of a crash or downgrading ahead of a rally or a buyout. And our investment process in Twitter is very similar to what I've been discussing here in many other companies. As an example, the case of Rackspace Hosting or Yelp that no one believed in at $17, and we came out with a strong buy rating in Yelp at $17, and today Yelp is a stock trading at $40 that no one believed that could happen except us here helping you to be there until that point, okay? So, I also have to refer here to today news. Bank of America to pay $15.5 million in fines for causing mini flash crash in the stock market. This does not constitute, once again, any surprise. Besides, my comments with regards to this matter are very simple. These penalties, they represent peanuts for these companies, and therefore they are going to continue doing the same what they've been doing for many years, for decades, okay? So there will not be any changes whatsoever. But also I have to explain to people, because God gave you a brain precisely to use it, that the reason for you to see this news as of today, and recently the case of Wells Fargo that you were informed about, is it is happening because of the US elections that you are going to have in November, and the administration, they want to show some work, okay? It's just to throw, sand to the eyes of idiots, okay? So these firms, they are not paying anything. This is peanuts. The case of Wells Fargo, precisely the same. It is a scandal of huge dimensions, the case of Wells Fargo. It is amazing how an investor, as a professional one, a serious, who I consider very professional, the case of Warren Buffett, he has not addressed Wells Fargo since then. Obviously, also very unpleasant to him, as I might or you understand. Anyway, also I have to refer to this news that you have on CNN, and this news they have quite a while. It's an article that you have here on CNN. You can just search on the web, and you have precisely to do, and I'm showing you this to show you that you have to do always the opposite of what these investment firms they're telling you to do, okay? Goldman Sachs saying avoid stocks for the next 3 months. So if you follow the advice of Goldman Sachs, you miss the new all-time highs in the markets, you miss, for example, the rally, the excellent one, the best one, in fact, the past, I believe, 2 years or so, in terms of percentage. Apple, strong buy, I made the call, $93 all the way up to $116. You miss the rally, wonderful one in Twitter, in Yelp, in Rackspace Host, in the buyouts, you missed everything, okay? So the only thing that you had to do was to follow our advice, real-time guidance in the markets, and to disregard or to neglect precisely what these investment firms, they continue telling about. Goldman Sachs, for example, this article, which is very explicit, you had to do the opposite, as well as, for example, when they told you to invest in Sphere Solar, buying shares at $72 or $70 precisely at the top ahead of a crash, okay? So my friends, it is happening every single day, every single week, every single month, and therefore no surprise whatsoever that these hedge funds, as Perry Capital, they are shutting down. Bill Ackman, in my opinion, he should be elsewhere, probably in prison, but the reason or the facts are that the Americans, they continue opening accounts in Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Perry Capital, even is going down, Bill Ackman, and so on, all right? So, don't forget about the case of RBC Capital, once again, downgrading Twitter at the very bottom, okay? I call this a scam. Others, they might call unlucky, okay? But that is for others. Certainly those that they are not using their brains or they believe in something else. And I leave you here with not only remind the article, very explicit, bear market is over, buy 10 million shares, where I mentioned precisely Twitter and only Twitter on the article. The live stock chart that you have here, completely free, shared with you. Investment process discussed in detail since the very beginning. And you also have to refer, in this to finalize, obviously, since we finalize always with facts, not only showing you the live on the tape, the majority of individuals and companies offering advice are either incompetent, fraudulent. You have today one more example in Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, and so on. Lack talent, charge unbelievable fees. It's amazing how much these banks they are charging. Bill Ackman, the salaries of their employees, and so on. And no track record. They never made anything in the markets other than to invent games or to scam or to manipulate share price of some stocks, which I also demonstrated here. For example, recently with some calls in Salesforce, in for free, Solar City, Valiant, and Tesla Motors. Okay, it is amazing how the SEC has not yet intervened or decided to do anything about, for example, what is happening with in Solar City and Tesla Motors. It's unbelievable how these authorities they are, the things that are going there across their eyes, and they don't do anything about it. In the past 27 years, I never been involved in a scandal. None of these firms can say the same. No one has ever accused me of lack of talent. Well, it is impossible. Complained about fees, also impossible. I gave you the bottom and the top in Twitter completely for free. These calls, they were published on the web. And much less lousy performance. The reason is that I'm the only one proving it live on the tape. You have all the calls recorded live. Precisely, I'm there when it is necessary to be there. Therefore, for evidence, no one can make wrong claims, unlike, for example, Wells Fargo, the CEO, or Warren Buffett, or Twitter, Goldman Sachs, and all these market participants, quite frankly, that in fact they are there and they should continue doing so, and it's for your own benefit, okay? So today you have new historical record profits in 2016, and the reason is that we have been publishing and informing you precisely what to do at the right time, and you don't have to be before your computer trading full time as I demonstrated, or short-term trading or day trading that is for fools in the US. Okay, thank you.